And greetings, everyone. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I started at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and apparently, at about 20 minutes after I started, I was no longer streaming, even though I streamed for 2.5 hours. So, I'm going to start again now. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States, and I'm going to change my view. I'm not going to go over too much of what I was doing, except to tell you that to sort of solve the problem of Maria, there's Lillian right there. I'm using her airlock. Lillian has these magic doors that keep the water out. And so in a traditional Minecraft way, and so we're using her magic doors to get to the new bakery we just put in. And we looked at some things and we're trying to decide what we wanted to do. And so we decided we would put a bakery in, an additional bakery. So this means that we have Ayla, who is right now is with Hannah in the Northwest Cookery. Then we have Abdullah, who's in Messiah's restaurant. We have Leonard, who is in Khalil's restaurant. And then we have Gray, who is in Raquel's restaurant. So this is kind of like whoever is going to be baker here is connected to Nina's restaurant, because Nina is right across the way here. And that's actually going to be good. That means that we don't really have to put any tables and chairs in this bakery, that this bakery is just an extension of Nina's restaurant. And the question is, who's going to run it? It's a level 5 because it's an Arcology restaurant, and Arcology is not meant to be built underwater. Let me get my eyes to adjust. And so, yeah, so there we go. So I'm hoping that I'm still streaming. I hope that I still stream through this whole time, and we'll find out in a little bit what's going on with that. Now I see a couple things I want to do. One thing I want to do on the outside, but I think most of it is done. Do I want to just go ahead and come through here for a minute and do this? I do. I don't really want the gravel to show right here. I'd rather that this was the iceberg right at this point. So we're going to bring the iceberg out right here so that it doesn't show. Oh, you missed a spot. Yes, I did. But at least I saw it before I put all the glass back. And so now let's put the glass back in here. Now we're going ahead and using the glass. I don't know where that piece of glass went that I just placed. I placed a piece of glass. I see it. Let's take it out of there if I can. All right, fine. And nope. Yes. But this is what kind of day. This is what kind of day it has been. All right, so I have that part, and then I need a range hood for here. Now I could use the old-fashioned way, but I think I'm going to either use the white or the gray here, the floor gray, or I might use this. I want to see what these look like for a minute, or I might use this. So let's look at all of them. I'm apparently looking at all of them. So yeah, we could put it there like that. Wow, I think I actually like that. I think I do. Or We could have it be here like this because we could have cabinets on both sides. Let's look at this one. I've never used this one here. Wow, that's pretty industrial looking, isn't it? This is an industrial one. I don't think there's any way to make that chimney look right. So I think we're going to have it look like this is attached to this brick wall back here, and that brick wall is actually where it's venting from. And I think I want to do that. I really love the spruce in here. So let me see if I can find some beautiful spruce counters that I can put in this area. So we've got that, and we're gonna of course start with cabinets, V-I-N-E-T, to see if there's anything that we want to put in spruce wise. These are spruce right here. These are strip spruce, but these strip spruce, I believe, have plank fronts, and I don't know that I necessarily want that, but we'll see what it looks like. See, so they look like this. That's interesting. Let's see how we feel about that. And over here, we'll have a special section here for this. Now, do I really? I might need this to do this. And the reason, ooh, careful, careful. The reason is, let's do it from here. There we go. Is because there's no view here. So I think I'm going to actually have this be here so we can have cabinetry across. So the cabinetry is right here, like that. Look at that corner cabinet, Paladin. Whoa, I love it. Paladin made a corner cabinet. That is freaking cool. I love that. So that's what they look like. But I might just want them to be white, like a kitchen. C-A-B-I-N-E-T. I know, I like the dark. I know, this is what we go through all the time. If I wanted them to be, I might be able to use these. Let me see what this looks like. These are, nope, they're the same. So they're using wood fronts, and yeah, it's interesting. But I think I'm going to end up using white cabinets, C-A-B-I-N-E-T. I always go through that. I always go through that with those that have those fronts on them. I could use Macaws. I could use Macaw's cabinets. There we go. So we're just going to use the regular kitchen, and we can put something here. I think we can, if we do a little bit something with that. Thank you. Thank you, Vincentius. That's sweet. Okay. Let's come here. And let's look at that. And we're fine. We're just going to make it Minecraft kitchen is what I'm calling it when I just can't make it anything else. So cabinets, drawers, AWER, and we're going down to the matching drawers in Paladin's section. These are Macaws. Paladin is here, and these are the white fronts with the black, and that is what we're going to use. So we're going to have that. We're going to have that section, and then we're going to have a section here, and see how that is. Very nicely done, Paladin, and I like that. So this is the bakery. Because of the way this is, we can actually put a cabinet right here, specifically so that people can come to the counter right here and just ask for food, and they're not really going to come into this part. I mean, you know, it would be rude in a kitchen to come into that section, and so we'll have it be like that. And I think that's going to work. So we'll do that. And yeah, so this is a new bakery that we have. And let's look at all our people for this bakery, for managing it. Ariana, her dexterity isn't good for this. Fabian, Ariana is a school teacher, and she is a professor at the university when there aren't any children. Fabian is the head librarian, and Hannah is actually what's she going to be? I think she was going to be something, and she's actually one of our kids, so she hasn't graduated yet. Gemma has, but she's not good for this. See her knowledge. Jonas is better. Kiara is actually our planter who's waiting for a field. And Leonardo is lopsided. Zaria is lopsided. Talon would be good here.
Oh, what?
Let's look at some of the other druids. We're going to look at druids and see if we have someone who is interested in, let's look at the fitness trainers too, and see if they want to continue as fitness trainers, and they do. Let's go. There's Dylan. Eli is the Museum of Natural History curator. Fernando is lopsided. Jackson is, these are all serious explorers. That's what they are. So yeah, so they are not interested. Let's come down. Kari, he doesn't want to do this. Lee is a submarine tech, which is why she doesn't want to. Now that's interesting. Look at Leighton. Leighton's a 41 and a 33. They would be losing a lot having Leighton do this job. I would almost, and of course Leonard is a baker. Lionel, no. And Michael's the dean at the university. Nicholas is a submarine tech. River just started, but she is happy learning the ways of the science teams. She just joined the science teams, and so she's doing okay so far. We'll see what she wants to do, but she's a little lopsided. I would like it to be more even than that. Skylar's teaching River So she's one of the team leaders of the exploration druids. And then Cindy. Cindy's the one who doesn't have anything to do. Her agility and her adaptability mean that she should be a courier. Most of them who don't like. But look at the dexterity and everything. What if she wanted to do this? We'd have a new person back here. Where is she going to live? Let's hold on to this for a minute. Let's hold on to Cindy as a possibility for a second. And then I want to see something. Let's look and see our other druids for a minute and see. There's June. And June is actually tied herself to Khalil, the restaurant owner, for a long time. Remember, Khalil was originally a druid, and June and Khalil came in at about the same time. So they're very close friends. They've raised some kids together, but they haven't chosen each other. So they're not an official couple. Let's look for druids. We're still looking for druids. We don't have any yet. There's Lily. And she's not interested in this. Her focus is 29 and her mana is 31. She's actually a really good druid. I think she's a peace druid. Let's look for some more. Mira. Mira is, it should show, she's 35 and 43. Mira is actually one of the first 4 people. She might actually be the first person in here. So she has the highest rank of all of the druids who are here. And so she's not going to do this. Steffi is cooking. I'm looking for druids still. Elaine. Has Elaine changed her mind? I don't know whether you noticed earlier. I don't know whether that happened in the Twitch stream or earlier in this, when I was streaming earlier, that Elaine actually used a magic potion to go from a walkway to the mine. And I'm sorry. It was really sort of weird. She was standing there and she disappeared. And it was like, why? When I realized the mine was below us and that she just used a potion that she got from the alchemist. The alchemist and the enchanter working together made a potion for her to be able to do that. If it was the other way around, if it was 25-19, I would maybe do it, but I think she likes what she's doing. And Journey is too. Oh, come on, everybody. There's got to be someone. Does no one want this job? No, I don't think so. Arabella is, she was an explorer. She's writing her memoirs, and she is actually one of the peace druids. And she's writing. She specifically took one of the most distant towers, one of the most distant druid towers, so that she could be by herself and write. And yeah, she can cook, but I think she would be unhappy here. And I'm almost out of people, aren't I? Do I have any Druids left down here? I might not. Raphael. I know where Raphael is. Raphael is struggling with his, and probably because, look at him. He's very intelligent. He might grow really well here. He might like this. Let me see when Raphael came in, how long ago he came in, and so let me look here and see if I can find him really quickly. Let's edit. Let's go to find, and let's put in Raphael R. I think we only have one, but let me see what it says. Okay. Yeah, we only have him. He came in with Tadeo and Imani. He's been here for a while, but he just came in one group before the one that just came in, and that's who he is. We could rescue him with that. We could. Let's look up here for a second. I'm going to look at some people up at the top. So Lillian, let's find out when Lillian came in, because this is going to be mostly about Lillian. Lillian actually could have a partner, and we're going to say that someone that she has met, that she's fallen for, and they're going to come back and do the bakery position, and we'll see how far down this list she is. And there she is. Lillian is Cripps. She's the cousin of one of the people up pretty high on the list. Let's see who. Is it Corinne or Nina? Let's look. Corinne came in. No, it's Hallie. It's Hallie, and Hallie's with Corinne, so that's it. And Lillian is her cousin. We thought they were sisters, but they can't be sisters because they don't show on the list. They would have to show on Minecolonies list as siblings, and they don't. So they are cousins, close cousins, who think of themselves as sisters, but they are definitely, they can't be sisters because of that. Let me look for a second. And Bentley's a farmer. And I'm just looking at some people. I'm looking for loners, actually, to see if I have some people that might. That's Ryan right there. And Ryan's not a loner, she's with Logan. And he is a stone smelter, Rayanch. And we're already down into people without. Interesting. There's two people. Let's look at some couriers. let's look at, we're going to look at Spencer, and we'll look at some couriers. So we'll find couriers and Spencer. Spencer's a stonemason, so that's what we're going to look for. There's Arden, who just started. Let's look for some more couriers. We're looking for some older couriers, actually. And what I mean by older is ones who have been here longer, because they don't grow old. So what is old to them? Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't that be a wild thing? What is old? There's no such thing. Someone who's been here longer, you'd go, oh, she's one of the longers. Someone who's been here a long time. Because older? How? They don't get older once they reach adulthood. So wouldn't that, that is just interesting. You'd have to have a completely different language for trying to figure out who everyone was. Ezekiel came in as a kid. Fernanda did not. Fernanda and Philippa came in together. They're best friends. We didn't see Spencer yet. Scarlett is there. Scarlett's a kid. And I'm still trying to look at some other people and see if we can find someone. Now there's a good match. There's a good match right there. Is Franklin living with someone? Franklin is an interesting person. He started out as a glass cutter, and then he went to doing smithing. He's still working with fire. Wouldn't that be interesting if he ended up working with fire as a chef, as a baker? That would be curious, wouldn't it? If that's what he wanted to do. We'd have to replace the blacksmith. Let me look at something for a second. We have 2 blacksmiths. So if Franklin went away, we have another blacksmith, Amanda. So Franklin became the second blacksmith when he took over the job. Let's look at what we're looking for is skills. And I don't see it there, so let's look for skill set. Why can't I search? Yeah. I'm not finding it. It should be for either Minecraft or for Arnaaluk. It should, there it is. Yay. Okay. So the blacksmith is strength and focus. So that's why he could, he's a druid, of course. But the strength and focus is what he's doing. And look, it's almost equal. Out of curiosity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Franklin come back here and do this job. And so let's look at what needs to be here. First of all, we're not using charcoal. We're using birch slab. And so we'll do that. And then let's go to settings. Let's go to recipes. And let's turn off bread, cake, cookies. And let's look and see, that's 6 of 30. And let's teach. So let's teach pizza. Let's teach pizza. We should be able to teach this, but it's not saying that we can. I wonder why not. Hold on. Nope, we can't teach pizza. Let's see if we can teach cheesecake. Well, that's interesting. Hold on for a second. Let's do this again. Let's remove, this is cake, disable that, disable, disable. Let's disable that. Can make water if he needs to. Disable bread. And that part is there. Just definitely disable that. He's not going to make pumpkin. And he's not going to make cookies. And he's got that. We're disabling that one and disabling that. That's more like it. Now let's teach. And let's teach pizza.
The food was great today.
And there it is. Let's teach pizza here. We don't have to. Let's teach, does he make these? Does he make these? He does. And I don't have to teach him that. And then the dough he makes, and those are already there. And he grinds corn. He grinds corn. And what else can I see that he actually makes? He makes the breads, but they're already... Wait, why is that bread saying that's... Oh, honey. That's what it is. It's honey. So, now that we've got that straightened out, let's come to minimum stock. And let's say for minimum here, 3 honeys. 3 honeys. H-O-N-E-Y. Let's do 3 stacks of honey. And then add... that's all I'm going to do, I think. Everything else he can do as priority. Now, he doesn't have any place to live, so we're going to get him one right now. This is a little far, but it's certainly closer than what he is right now. I don't know that he can do this. This is too far away. I think this might be too far away, but we'll come out here and see. He would literally have to be in the very first one of these right here. So let's come here. There probably isn't any room for him to be here. And hold on a second, we are stopped. There we go. So let's come. Oh, there is room. Okay, so we're talking about Franklin. Look how he is not coming up. Wow, 7D. That's too far. Now, I think there's a trick. Let me look here. There's a trick where he might actually be able to live in the children's housing for a little bit. And he'd be closer than he would be living in the dormitories. Let me see if that's... Because it's as the crow flies, whether they think they're far away or not. So let's come to this house here and see what it says. If he was sleeping upstairs in this house by himself. Now he's, I think maybe he's raised some kids. Let's see now what it says. Franklin. Yeah, he's closer, but not by much, but that's better. At least he's within range. We're gonna have him live here for a little bit, and we'll see if he and Lillian are interested in each other. We'll see if there is some kind of partnership that could happen there. And if there is, then he could live with Lillian in the Enchanter Tower. And she would be definitely close enough. And that would be actually kind of cool. So let's come here. I still see some of our explorers who are still feeling dissatisfied about their meals. It's almost 8 o'clock at night, so everyone's gone. And this is the new kitchen right here. And so we have removed those things. I just want to make sure we have pizza. And since he only has 19, let's move these up above the disabled things. So we're moving them all the way up. We're even moving them up above the desserts. So these two now are going to come up to here. These are the two pizzas. I don't know that this necessarily does anything, but I'm hoping that it does. If it doesn't, well, no harm, no foul, I believe, is the correct phrase for the fact that we're doing this. So let's come completely up. I'm putting it right on top. If I can, I'm definitely putting it above those. And so like I said, those don't go away, those pieces. So you can only disable them. They keep coming back. And dun 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 dun. Yay! All right. So we have, he can ask for wood. Let's look at this for a minute. He's going to ask for wood. They're giving him wood anyway for the for that. We could have a computer here as like this is how they pay for things, but that's not a big deal here. If we wanted to do anything like that, we could do a laptop, which is see, there's none. It's a pressure plate. But I don't think I want to. I think I will. We'll just have some indication. So we'll have this as an indication of what they do. And then right here, we can have pastries sitting in the back here, and we can have this place here. I wonder if we need, let's turn this this way and make this a table right here for like rolling dough for making the pizza crusts. Let's make that a table, and let's look at let's see what kind of tables we have. I'd like it to be a white top. We have calcite tops. We have quartz tops. Let's look at the quartz top for a minute and see what it looks like. That would be like this, and I don't like that. Let's come here. Concrete. Let's go back again to tables and see what I can find. Maybe it just needs to be one of these. Maybe it just needs to be a birch table. I'd like it to be one of these. But paladins are actually coffee tables. They don't rise up and be tables, if I'm not mistaken. They actually don't. I don't think that they do. And all of these have that piece on them, except the one that has the warped doesn't. I don't think this is going to work, but let me look for a second. Yeah, see, so that's just coffee table. Let's look at that. We could make that as a place where they're rolling out stuff. So they're right here, they can turn around and roll things. The oven is right here. This is kind of like a pizza oven right there. We'll say if we want, we can have a second oven right here. And I think it's still okay. This time I think I am still here. So let's look at ovens for a minute. Smoker. Smoker doesn't have a front, I don't think. Blast. The blast has a front. We'll see what it looks like. So a smoker would look like that. Oh, that kind of does look like a pizza oven, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. Let's see if the blast oven looks better. No. The smoker actually looks like a pizza oven. Look at that. Okay, so we definitely want that there to look like that. And we've got this table, and this is where they're rolling dough and stuff. So we don't have a lot of the things. We don't have fantasy. This is Neoforge 21.1, and there's no fantasy. Fantasy moved beyond 21.1, and they're not coming back. We don't have Moa, I think it was, which was really cool because Moa had a lot of stuff for kitchens and things that was really fun to use, but we don't have them either. So we have Handcrafted, and we have some Farmer's Delight. We can look at, and let's see if we can find some of these. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's come here. There's Farmer's Delight. Let's see what they have to go on a counter. They don't really, in the true Minecraft tradition, they don't have a lot of counter stuff. And that's actually okay because they have some great pans. This stove, I forgot about this stove. Let me see what this stove looks like. Oh yeah, nah, it's a flame. So no, we don't want that stove. Sometimes that stove looks like a really cool barbecue, but we're not going to use that. And they have pots. Does this look like a big thing that they would be stirring? Does it look like that? Let's see. If it does, we might keep it there. That's actually interesting. Let's keep that for a minute and see if we like it. It might be better to have a bowl from someone else. Let's come this way. There's Beautify. And Beautify doesn't have anything for cooking. Cooking for blockheads. Cooking for blockheads has wonderful stuff. We're going to use the fruit basket for putting pieces in. And we could actually do that right here. Let's say people come up to the counter here. So she's going to have, or Franklin's going to have this sitting right on this counter right here. And let's put some things in it right now. Let's do cake. And we can do 3, 2, 3. Let's do cookies. Let's do 3 cookies. And let's do bread. All of these things actually look really cool in there. And that'll take care of all 3 of these. So we'll put some here. Let's put some here. Wait, no. Let's put some here. Let's put these here. Let's put some here, and let's see what that. Okay, so it looks like that. And that works. It looks like miniature cakes that he's making. What's your
Good
problem?
day to you.
You have a long way to walk? Have I not moved you? I thought I moved you. You don't have a long way to walk anymore.
Hi.
Let me look and see how far. It should be 65. Manage workers. It is 65. Okay. He's talking about when he first started. And he did have a long way to walk, but he doesn't anymore. And so we've got this part. We've got dough. We could make just a cutting board. We've got this cutting board without any knife on it. And that looks pretty good for if we were going to roll something out. They would actually use this whole counter. We could put another cutting board right here that they would be using, like to put the pizzas on. And we don't have here what we had in the other, and that is a rack, a place for a rack. So I think we're going to let this counter go here so we can have a cooling rack, R-A-C-K, like they do in French. Nope, R-A-C-K, like they do in French boulangerie, where they have a rack and they cool the breads and things on those. So we'll just have that sit there like that, and that looks good. That's looking good. We can have we can have a jar in that back corner. We'll use these. Let's use this. See this jar, this jam jar right here? Let's put this jam jar. Let me see if I can put it in this corner. Can I put it right there? Is it falling off? It kind of is. It's kind of falling off of there. So, do we want it? I don't think I do. I think I would like to have this jar, and then we'll use concrete powder, white powder, and we'll do this. So right here in this jar we can go like that, and you can see it filling up, and that's good. How you doing, Franklin? How you settling in here? And so there we go. So if anyone wanted to sit and eat, they would go across here to Nina's, Nina, what are you complaining about?
What is it?
Oh, too much. What? Look at this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You have too many pizzas. We'll put them in the fridge. You've got rabbit stew and lamb stew. And you have too many lamb stews. Put them away. And that gives you some space. And there she is. So let me put these in the refrigerator right here for when she runs out. She can have
What's
those.
it today,
what do you
then?
have in your pocket here? You have some things. Let's take these away. I can take these and put them in the warehouse. We'll give her 2 back, and we'll do it like that. And I think that'll be good. And so here we have it. That's Atticus, by the way, who you see walking there. That is our nether miner, and we're not ready to have him come down yet. So, was Franklin living with someone? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out if he was. We're going to go back to the blacksmith. We now only have Amanda, and we'll see what we can find out for a second. Yeah, that was really funny to see that. I think I'm being very animated. I am in my voice, but I'm not in my face. It is such a curious thing. Who's this? What you waiting on?
Great to see you.
Chiseled nether brick. I'll have to see if she knows how to make that. We'll see if Avery knows how to make that. It's 3:30 in the afternoon their time. So there's still time to check and see if Avery knows how to make that. And then we'll look at where Franklin was living and see what's going on there. Avery, let's come here. Let's look. Aha, look at this. So let's build this right here. And there it is, the chiseled nether. And let's teach that. And let's see, this is nether brick chiseled and red nether brick. So let's come to here for a minute. And let's do crafting. Let's teach nether brick. And there's nether brick, and that's definitely her. Let's look at cracked nether brick stairs. I don't think we need these. What we need is chiseled, and this is the chiseled nether brick right here. Aha! Which means that we need nether brick slab, and that's it, and that will make that. And then we'll have to check in the warehouse and see if anywhere there is nether brick. We're paused. There we go. Okay, let's come over here and see if there is any nether brick anywhere in this place. If there isn't, we sold a whole bunch of things, and that's what I mentioned. That first half hour that's up right now while I'm streaming is going to go away. So I will repeat some of the thing that we were doing in that first half hour. Let's look and see if there's any nether here. I don't think so. But there is. Look at that. Nether rack. And let me go back here and see how you make nether brick. Let's come to crafting, teach recipe. Nether brick is cracked. Nether brick. Ah, so that's it. So the nether rack is then made into bricks. And we know who does that. That's actually a smelter, a stone smelter who does that. Let's look and see if Yale had actually done any smelting of nether bricks, because that's what Logan needs to do now. And I don't see any. I see cracked. So let's teach nether brick. No. Nether rack. There they are. Let's teach this recipe right here. And that way we can get some of that going. And this is Logan here. It's 7:30 at night, so everyone's gone home. Speaking of going home, let's find out where Franklin was living. So we'll either have an apartment with no one in it, or we'll have one person here who isn't living with anyone anymore. Daniela. And it's Daniela who's not living with anyone. Franklin was living with Daniela. But we're going to have it this way. Daniela was here a long time. And maybe like Sloane, maybe she's fallen for the, yep, she's sleeping in a bed by herself. Maybe she's fallen for Jameson, but I think Jameson is living with someone. So we'll check and see. Am I having trouble? Yes, I am. Make that door go away. I'm not taking away the furniture because I haven't put anything in yet, so I don't want to take it away. This is Fatima and Mauricio, and they've been together for a while. Since Mauricio moved into this area, Tadeo and Philip are here. Interesting. They're just roommating. They're not a couple. And over here, Jameson and Raquel. And Gray, I think, is in the other apartment. Let me see how Raquel fits in here. Raquel is 32, Jameson's 48. All right. Now it could be, now that would be an interesting thing. So remember this? You probably don't, because it was part of the hour and a half that's missing. See, Raphael keeps going over and checking on Daniela. So that's it. So that's what happened. Raphael and Daniela. That's interesting. Let's put that here. That's a pretty curious thing, and I could see that happening. He's been spending a lot of time going down and talking with her and just talking with her. And who's coming up the aisle right now? This is Galilea. Galilea is the peace druid who's in this area. And she is probably heading to get something to eat. She might just be making rounds. Raphael is a reception druid. And Galilea is one of our warriors. And rather than call them warriors for the language of war, we are calling them peace druids. We've got to get peace in the language some kind of way. And I think we have Ryan working on this, but I'm going to look and see. Yes, we do. So Ryan has started working on the level 3 of this this place right here. And we'll have to keep an eye on what she's asking for so that this continues to move smoothly. And see, so that cut copper post was for her. She needs some glass. We've got glass. Some item frames. The lime candles. We can check and see. We should have made them already because this is the second one of these that we have, and the power rail. But we can go to the mechanic. We don't have a Fletcher in this area. So how many Fletchers do we have? We only have 2. And I am aiming towards having 3 of everything, just to make it easier when there is a holiday for people to have off. Let me put down the skills for right now. Actually, let's not. Yes, let's. We have to replace Franklin, and we'll look at some people that we have. And let's try doing that first for a minute. So we need a blacksmith back here. And we're going to look at who is available. So once again, Ariana is a professor. Fabian is a professor. He's the head librarian at the university. Hannah is actually, what? I don't think she's anything yet. I don't think she is. She just came in, and I think she's one of the kids. So let me look and see for a second if she's one of the kids. Yes, she is. Zaria and Lionel raised her and Jonas and Gemma together. So Hannah is in her 2nd year. She's not ready. But look who is ready. Gemma does not have enough focus to be a druid. She does have some mana. I just like that these numbers are so even. That really makes it easy for them. Jonas hasn't graduated yet. But look at Leonardo. There we are. Leonardo's going to get this job. But he still has a little bit more school, and when he gets done, but we're going to put him as the blacksmith. We really need a 3rd one, but if we did, where would we put them right now? So I think we're just going to wait for Leonardo to come back here, and when he does come back, he'll either be living in the Enchanted Woods apartments here, the Blue Enchanted apartments, although everyone's living here. Ryan and Logan are here. I think over here we have women living here, and we have men or nobody. We have men living here, so he might move in here with the guys who are here. And here we have more women living here. So we have a lot of women living here, and we have people sharing apartments in this area. And we'll see if we need to have another apartment building or housing, some more housing, maybe some private housing in this area. But right now, That's what it's looking like. Or he's right here. He could come over to the willows instead of being in the enchanted. He could come over to the willows right here and be with, I think we have men. Let's see who's here. Yeah, Philip and Tadeo and Philip are here. So that's one group. And over here, wink, we have Jameson and, Jameson and Raquel. That is a couple. And here we have Mauricio and Fatima. That's a couple. So we have couples over here. And Daniela. And it looks like now that it's possible that Daniela is not living here by herself, that she and when Raphael is off duty, he goes and lives with her. And that works very nicely for me. So now what? So I have a new chef and we'll see a new cook and we'll see how that works. Jameson is waiting for some things here.
What's
Hi,
it today
Jameson.
then?
Let me see what you're waiting. Oh, this is new. So these are new things that he's waiting for. He had actually been waiting for birch before, and he's not waiting for those anymore. So he's just in line for getting some deliveries of things that he needs in the mine. And hold on. We are doing a better job of getting milk. This is Lena here. And the milk amount that she has, the milk's been picked up already. Wow. They picked up milk already. That's what it looks like. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, you know something? I think I might have to get out and get back in. I might have to get out and give the computer a chance to let some stuff go. Let me see here. She's going to get milk now, and we're using this right now, and we should be getting some more milks because of that, so we'll see. And and someone just took his milks away. He had milk and they just went away. Let's go to the others. Actually, let's go to Elena and see what she needs to finish. Is it Elena or is it Hallie who's working on it? Do we actually have Hallie working on the farm again? Let's click here and let's see. And she sure is. She's working on a farm again. We're not going to have Hallie do this. Let's come here. Let's cancel. Let's come to here and let's have pickup. Courier's going to come and pick up the stuff. And let's come here and let's have her be paused. Let's come over to Elena and see if she's paused. Oh, yeah. Look at this. We're doing this too much. So we might have to do something. Is she paused is what we're looking at. She is paused, but we're going to unpause her. And we're going to come over and have Elena actually work on this farm. Elena was doing all the projects back here anyway. And we'll have Hallie is technically supposed to be helping her back here, and we can have her do that. Oh, build options. The builder is Elena. Upgrade the building. So this is a level 3, and now it's going to be a level 4. See this right here? Hallie can work on this. She can't work on this. This is a level 3. And the next one is concrete. And nobody's working on concrete until we get these things finished. But this is a level 1. That means it has 2 steps before it gets to concrete. And so we'll have Hallie bring this up to date. That's what we did with Lionel. That Lionel brought up the reception center to level 3 so that he wouldn't be asking, wow, this is fascinating. And sure enough, save and quit to title. So we're going to get out. I thought I was maybe going to take a break, but I didn't really. Between the two, and I had already been streaming 2.5 hours when I found out that I only had 20 minutes recorded by YouTube. So let's come here and look and see if anybody updated. Nope. So we're going to play. And here we go. We're waiting for the launcher to load Minecraft, and then when it does, we'll actually have it come back over and we'll load the city. So it just takes a minute to do. I know, I can't get over it. I really can't. So theatrical actors, they actually, when they do film, they get accused of being too big, being too, and it's because, of course, they're on big screens. But the reason they're big is because there are people sitting in an audience and they're far away from them. And so that's why they're big. And I can't believe this. I'm going to be theatrical. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Because I'm in this little teeny tiny picture, unless you're on some huge screen, and even then, I'm stunned at how I am not, how there's no recognition of the emotions that I'm feeling in my face. That's pretty wild. That definitely is. Okay, so here we go. I talked about that earlier. If you happen to see that earlier, then sorry about doing that over. And let's quit CurseForge. Let's bring Minecraft back over. And we're going to open Arnaaluk. And we will be back up in a moment. Un momentum. And it's working. But yes, it's, and now I understand why a lot of people, a lot of the professionals, a lot of professional YouTubers and streamers, and that, you know, they say that if you want to catch people's attention, you have to have some picture that's like, ah! Yeah, I think you actually really do. And it's a curious thing for a very, very quiet Saturday to have that realization, to actually understand. Do you know how long I've been streaming? So it's like I've been, what, learning how to stream? Yes. Actually, yes. And Vincentius Primus and I went back. We had some streamers that we loved, but one of them was Slipgator. And when we were watching Slipgator in the middle of his career, and we're going to say in the middle of his streaming, because what happened with Slipgator was he went over the top. So when he got to the point where he started having huge crowds of people watching, he began to have all sorts of, what do you call it, sponsors and stuff. And he was doing a lot of selling during his stream, and they weren't streams, he was doing videos. He was really fun to watch for the longest time. And then slowly but surely, it was just, what happens with all people who are watching, what happens with all TV shows, what happens with all videos, unless you do something different sometimes, people don't continue to watch. So, but we were interested in finding out at the time what he was like when he first started out. And I think Vincentius was trying to show me that he didn't start out that way. And oh my gosh, he was like two different people. And it was this that I'm talking about. That when he first started, he was sort of like me, where he was just talking and he was saying what he was doing and everything. And then he went into excite mode. And it wasn't the thing that happens with me, where if you're just listening to me, I think you can hear the differences in my voice. But if you were watching my face, this comes from a clip that Jellybean did. I was shocked by it. I was just shocked by how little I was actually doing with my face, and it's just stunning. It's stunning. So anyway, that little commercial there, where I was just talking about streaming in general, and let me go back and get Hallie to work. Hallie's going to be fine with doing that. I think she's bored with doing farms. Do you know why? Because she built this entire farm corridor. It was Hallie who built most of these farms. Hallie and Elena. Elena did the first set. Hallie did this second corridor where the sugar farms are. So we'll get her back to work and we'll have her do, she was actually enjoying doing the housing in this area. We just couldn't have her do anymore. And but she can do the Druid station, and that will allow her to do that. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I can't get over it. I really can't. So let's come here and let's get Hallie to upgrade this. We have tons of stone. She's not going to have any problem. And this is where Matthew came. We don't have the other, we have a third chicken farmer that we can have, but we don't have them yet. And Matthew is really enjoying being hands-on in the chicken farm. He's been sort of doing the books. And I think if we have a chicken farmer down here, that's probably what's going to happen, that they're going to be doing records and books for all the farms, actually, even though they were sitting in the chicken farm area. We're going to say that they're doing the work of keeping track of everything that is being. Why them? Because they don't have a field. This field here is sheep and cows, and the chicken field is over there. And just a mistake on my part, but it's okay. It's working out all right. So we're going to have whoever is here do this job. And Gemma's upside down. Jonas could do it. Look at Jonas. Jonas could actually do it. Did we assign Jonas? Oh, we actually have him as the chicken farmer. We did that already. Excellent. We don't have to do this again. Okay, so we're done here for right now. So we now have 2 real chicken farmers for the first time, and we should catch up on the amount of eggs. We're making a lot of quiche, and so we'll do that. Now these are our chickens. In both sections, they have a pretty good amount of land. If we were, can I reach that? Did they go to bed with that there? It looks that way. They actually did. Let's pick up some since I'm in here. This is, I think that if we were outside, this would be the closest to free range that we could have. They do have a good amount of space, and they seem pretty happy in this one. I'm listening to the music. I'm listening to Drone Hand's music in the background. And let's come over here for a second. And I did have an indication. I just didn't realize it. I did have an indication that I wasn't streaming. I'm just so used to having a small amount of people that it was like, so this is just one of these days. It was a quiet Saturday anyway, and that's why I didn't notice until I was like close to a half. Like I said, I was 2.5 hours in, and I was like, I don't think this is right. And sure enough, it wasn't. So remember this area here? We were talking about putting in wood floor in here. And how close do we have to put something under this floor? Oh yes, we do. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. Do we want to put something under the floor first before we do it? We could do just plain, luckily we can walk under here and we can see the whole floor. We also need to, even though that's there, so this is what's keeping the chickens warm in that area. We're using natural heating vents. You arrived! Hi, Mr. Villager. Oi! Oi, how are you? I'm very happy to see you. Let's come here and let's look at slab. We're not using, in this area, we could use, nope, we're going to have to use concrete. We are going to have to use concrete slab on the bottom because see how this building is positioned? There should be a corner over here that's reaching the ground right here. Oi! And we're going to have it. We'll have this piece reach the ground here. Don't need that piece. It can be in the ground this way. And then that's that piece. And then this piece right here. And on on this side over here we'll have another. How are you? How are you doing? Oh, not there. We can put that in, but we need this to be here. Vincentius, I wonder if he's still there. He might have gone to work on something, but we'll see in just a second if he's there or not. And there we go. So this is good. And now underneath, we're just actually going to use concrete because the concrete is special. What's that? Why do I have rabbit stew on me? Where did I get the rabbit stew from? Did I get it from... I bet I got it from... Nina. I bet so. Are we ready? We can either do gray. I'd almost rather do gray. We have a more gray, and we could just go ahead and fill the whole thing in under here with gray. And I think I like the idea of that. So why don't we do that? How far does this go in this direction? I'm not going to take away the ice, the glacier piece. And we'll just come in and cover the entire bottom of this. Mr. Villager, by the way, Mr. Villager, I was serious. I haven't looked at Discord since I made that offer to you, but I'm absolutely serious about that. I like your work, and I would be happy to compensate you for the work that you're doing for that specific skin that I absolutely would love to have. And so yeah, so I am serious about that. Let's get another one of these for a second. Let's put this here. I'm not going to be able to do that part. This part right here. Whoops. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. What you doing? What is here that you got that's got you going, huh? What, the chickens? What is it about the chickens that's got you going? What is it? Okay, we'll put one on the inside of both of these. Can I put one on the inside of that down there? I think I can. And there we are. Okay. And let's take away that piece and put that in. Alright. And then we have this covering here. And we're just going to have to work our way out of this area right here. And let's see what happened there. Okay. I didn't actually look at Discord since then, but let me come here and let's look for a second. Let's go to here and go to the quiet. Go to here for a second. And there we go. Ah, okay. So you haven't either. So that's fine. Yeah, I think that the salmon, that this is really comfortable under here because of the dirt. They're probably pulling bugs out of the dirt down here. And while that seems good, I think the dirt would just go away ultimately, and that's why we're covering this underneath part. I can't, there are some things where it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's pretend and all that jazz. And then there are other parts where we all go, yeah, nah. And loose dirt underwater is one of those ones where it's like we actually have to put in a surface. And of course, the concrete can be heated by that magma there in the corner, which is underneath the chickens, as we can hear. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So let's come here. And what's this? Why are you that color? Let me put this here and I'll see when I get upstairs what that did. But for right now, we've got this part. We are almost done. And there we are. So that is the chickens right here. We haven't done the top yet, so of course it is raining. It is sprinkling on the top of the chickens in this area. We could, if we were going to do something, we would have to raise the whole ceiling probably. Because all of this is just going to, unless we just put it in and then put the tile, and we could do that. That's one of Lady Shatana's, so we could actually do that. So in case anyone is wondering where our concrete is going, this is where it's going. It's going to me doing these private projects right here. So I'm going to take this and this. We can have some glass, some reinforced glass. And let's do that. And we'll make some skylights around this part right here. I think I'm going to do it this way. See how this is coming here? Let's make this part here be connected to this part all the way across, and these sections right here like this, so that they're actually connected to the roof right in this area right here. We'll do this all the way across on this side as well, and then we'll see what's going on. Do we want to see what's happening for a minute? So Brian started the cookery, Kay started working on the courier, Elena is working on the dairy farm, and Hallie is working on the reception center. And it is daytime and it is raining, and so that is part of what's going on. I'll have to check wait, nope, that's not the right one. Not this. This is glass. Here. 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 Here and here. And so this is glass up to there. Oh, and this one right here, this is glass, and these are glass. So we're not going to have any lights in the corners because this part is actually going to be glass. But we have to have a piece across, this piece right here, this has to be concrete. In this area right here.
I heard a whistle that time.
We could have this, but I think I'm going to make this concrete and have it have an edge. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Have to be careful. So we're not doing stuff. And let's do this here. And here we go. So right here is the part that is the double between the two sections. Right here, and on this side, all the way up right through here. And then this way, this part right here. We'll have to do the other part on the inside, but we'll be able to see it really clearly because it won't be done. It will not be done. And then we can decide if we're going to put, I think we're just going to put stair on this edge. Whoa! Did you hear that? Wow! Yeah, we're definitely going to put stair on that part that is sitting on the edge there. We'll definitely do that. And this is, of course, the glass section right here. And so that I don't damage those things, I'm just going to do it like this. Wow. Listen to that thunder. It's the sound of strength in numbers. Yes, it is. It is indeed. And we'll do that that way. And over here, same thing. So that way I'm not flooding the place. I can remove those later. And not worry. Ooh, whoa. Okay, there's something there. Okay. And take that off. And put this in. So it's going to get very dark in there because I'm taking away all the lights, it looks like. There is some light coming from, but I think not. I think in a minute it's going to be pretty dark. I see that part there, and I see this under back left to eat. Oh, good for you. Yay. Yay. Welcome back. Welcome back. And after all this time, I think I should know how to say welcome back. I don't yet. In Portuguese. I'm sure. Whoa! It's kind of like, no, I can't guess. I can't guess. So I'll have to find out what it is. I'm going to get a little bit more serious about certain aspects of my language learning. And because it would be fun to be silly and to stream in either Portuguese or to stream in French, wouldn't it? It would be to me. It would be to me. I would love it. Wow, listen to that thunder. That's pretty amazing. Let's take this away since this is not on the other side. I'm going to take it away from here. And here, we'll take this part away. Up. And put this here. What happened during the first hour and 40 minutes? Oh, I'll show you. Hold on, I'll show you. Because, yeah, it's an hour and 40 minutes right now. Hold on for a second. Let me just put the outside of this on, and I'll show you. One of the things that happened was we put in a new bakery, and our blacksmith, Franklin, changed his mind about what he wanted to do again. Now this time, there seems to be a reason for it. Franklin was actually living with Daniela, who is she is the ores smelter in the second area, in the second maker's area, and he was living with her. But it seems like one of the reception druid, who is, we can come up here and go in this way. The reception druid actually, there we go, actually has Daniela's attention. And so Franklin took the opportunity to decide, yay, look at this, look, she's doing it. Okay, we have to be really careful here. This might get closed up right there. We'll see what happens in a minute. We need to put some lights in, and we'll put some lights in along this line right here is where the lights need to be. Right here, but I will just put some lights for just a moment, right? No, let's do it this way. There it is. Let's go to here and let's take these. These are good for this. And we're going to do, like, these are sunlight. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 here. And we'll do that across on the other side as well. So this is 1, 2. We started that away from the wall. 1, 2 here, and here I need to change that. So there's enough light so it's not too dark in here, and the rest of the lights will change out. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. I am. I'm absolutely serious about that. Yeah. All right. And I think there's glass there. Good. All right. So let me show Mr. Villager what we're doing in this other section. So we got a new bakery, and he jumped at the chance. Franklin jumped at the chance to actually be a part of the new bakery. So that is what happened there. Let's put this back for a second, and that's where we're at. Only if it's oh sure, okay, if that's what you want. I can't do that right away. I can do it, I could give it to you like in 3. But just kidding. Well, I'm not joking. I'm actually not joking. I would really like that outdoor, that winter clothing to be the way it is in that picture, and so that's the reason why. Plus, you've already made other stuff for me, and if you thought about it, I mean, it would probably not be a big deal in regards to how much you've already made for me. It's not a lot. And so, yeah, we'll just have to work out how I would get it to you, but I'm serious about that, Mr. Villager. So, okay, I definitely am. And I want to be able to control what that one piece looks like, that winter outerwear. I want to be able to say that I want it to look a certain way. And if I'm going to be that fussy about it, then I should be giving you some compensation for it. And that's how I feel. So, all right. Oh yes, I was going to show you what we did. We put in a new bakery, so we now have 5 bakeries. We have Gray, who is in Raquel's restaurant. We have Leonard, who is in Khalil's restaurant. We have Abdullah, who is in Messiah's restaurant. And then we have Aya, who is in the cookery with Hannah right now. A different Hannah, but in the cookery with Hannah. And we just added the one that's technically going to be connected to Nina's restaurant in the university area. So that university corridor is now going to smell like wonderful breads. It's going to smell so delicious. It's going to smell of bread all the time. Everyone's just going to be so happy in this corridor because we just added a bakery. And let's come here. So we have the hospital here. This is the university clinic. Actually, it's a hospital because it has an ambulance, so it's a hospital. This is our enchanting tower right here with Squeegee, Lillian's pet upstairs. This is Nina's restaurant right here. And this is the new bakery. Dun, 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 dun. So we have a new bakery right here. And this is what Franklin has right here. This is his workspace. And he's very happy to be over here in view of Daniela's change of affection. And he is enjoying getting the opportunity to do something different. And he's like the 3rd or 4th druid who has changed what they wanted to do a couple times. Imagine if you didn't get older. What a shame not asking how I'm doing. Oh, it's fine. I'm actually doing okay. Thank you very much for asking. Evosi, how are you doing? How are you doing today? And so this new bakery right here is very fun, and I actually like it. This is an Arcology once again. We have some some cooling racks next to the 2 ovens.
I'm working on
We
forming
have
a
a
union.
pizza oven right there. That looks like a pizza oven and a regular oven. And so there is Franklin standing right there right now. Franklin,
Oh, hey.
could you look
Good
at
to see
me?
you.
Thank you. Hi. It's nice to see you too.
Fred again.
I'm going to take your picture.
I mean, it's filling, but I'd love me some cake.
You want some cake? Well, hey, you're the baker. Make some cake. You make some cake for everybody. All right. It's morning and everyone's getting breakfast. And let me see what this is. Just ate some burger, now trying to rest your mind. Okay.
That was
Cool.
some good breakfast today.
Cool. You forgot your daily 10 pages? You forgot your daily 10... Your daily 10 pages? Hold on. Okay, he's gone away. I think he's gone away again. So we'll just have him be there. Have you made anything yet? Have you gotten anything from anybody yet? Let's see what you have. You've gotten some honey. You haven't gotten any flour yet, have you? Minimum stock.
Ah, I heard a whistle
Let's
that time.
do Durham. And let's do just 2 stacks of Durham. Let's select that and put that in. Let's add a stack of tomatoes. That's not going to be much, but we can just do 1 stack of tomatoes. Every day you read 10 pages of a book. Ooh, nice. That's pretty ambitious and very nice. Let's get, I think it's cheddar. Let's select that. And let's see what else goes into making pizzas for a minute. Do you see that? Do you see that we put the pizzas on top and they're not there anymore? Do you see that we disabled these cakes and they've come undisabled?
I'm on my way.
That's fascinating. They're not down as far. It's like these things got added or something. But for pizza, the ones
Couldn't it
without
wait till
mushrooms,
Monday?
garlic. And so we need garlic. And so let's do garlic. Let's do 1 stack of garlic. And there we are. So we're making him have the stuff that's needed to make pizzas. And that will be on the way.
Ugh.
Are you full? Is that what you guys are saying over there? Okay. And so this is what it looks like. And I definitely like that. So I'll see if I want to do a second. This is Atticus pushing his way into the kitchen and going, huh, look at this. This is pretty cool looking. How nice, Franklin. Franklin and Atticus know each other. And this is where Atticus lives with Mildred, in this tiny home right here. And this has been there for a while. Just reminded it's the weekend. So do you do it even on the weekend, or are you doing it 5 days a week and giving yourselves the weekend off? What you doing? So this is their little tiny kitchen, their little tiny living room. They like being able to see the sky. And then this is their desk area, both of them right. And then their dressing area back here. This is where they have their dressing. And then over here they have some entertainment behind their table and chairs. Now there's 2 chairs here. There's a chair over here. And I thought there was a 4th chair, but there's definitely, yeah, there it is. So there are 4 chairs. They have fostered kids. In theory, it should be every day. Okay. That's good like that. It is. Especially helpful when you're in school, to 10 pages of, your schoolwork, or 10 pages of books that you're assigned, things like that. Or maybe 5 pages of a book you're assigned and 5 pages of a pleasure book. That sounds cool. So this is Atticus and Mildred's place. And right now, Franklin is commuting from the children's wing, from the housing where the kids are. He's staying in one of those houses because they're the closest. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's any indication that he is interested in anybody in this area back here. And we'll see how this works out. And we see people eating. She's talking. Whoops. They ran away. They ran away like, oh my gosh, no. No. It's something like the Diamond's Carver. Have you heard about it or passed by? The Diamond's Carver.
What's that?
That's a book that Mr. Villager is reading.
What is it?
The Diamond's Carver. That's interesting. Something like that, he's saying. I haven't. I'm seeing if Vincentius has seen something about it. This is the lecture hall right here. And we're coming out into the university area right here. And so we saw what was going on with Elena and Hallie. Let's see what's happening with Case. Case is supposed to be working on, and he needed some specific stuff. And we're going to have to see if he's gotten that stuff yet. You don't know the name in English, but it's probably something like that. What is the Portuguese name? Or then the diamond polisher. What's the Portuguese name? Let's see what the Portuguese name is. It's probably easier to find it in Portuguese. Birch slab he's still waiting for. Yellow concrete. Warped stairs. Stone brick. Why?
Huh.
So I'm going to try this.
It's a fine afternoon.
I will work on it. Now, the last time I tried to do this, I started having things. Olipador de Diamantes. Olipador de Diamantes. No. What's it about? It sounds cool. It sounds like a cool book. How far into it are you? And there's a delivery. So they're waiting for those pieces. However, the yellow concrete isn't happening. So let's go and look at the yellow concrete for a second. Should I do it from that end or should I do it from this end? Let's do it from this end. I apologize. There's something in my eye for a moment. Sorry about that. Let's go to Avery. I think it is Avery. And let's go to the others who are in this area. And let's see what we can find. We have a stonemason here. Right here. And we need... No, not you. We need... I think we did look at the cutter already, and we got those pieces. And you didn't conclude it yet, but to where you understand it's basically a guide about business coming from a Tibetan monk working on diamonds polishing companies. Oh. Interesting. Huh, you know what it sounds like, Vincentius? The book.
Second. Yes.
You know what the book sounds like? It sounds like the book, what's that book, Motorcycle? That Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. That's what this sounds like. Olipa Dajor J. Giamanchis. It sounds like that. It's based on an old Buddha scriptures with the same name. Yeah, it's like that. It's a guide for business, but it's a Tibetan monk who's talking. Yeah, it sounds like Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which is one of those life guide books. And that sounds pretty cool. It does indeed. I'm trying to figure out what let's do it this way. Let's get Case's piece from here. There it is. And let's go into the warehouse and let's get his stuff. And we'll do it that way. Let's come here and we need this up. Let's look at this. He needs yellow concrete. I'm sure we have yellow concrete on the other side, warped, and they're working on the chiseled, and then he needs birch slab, and he only needs 4 more of birch slab. And we know that we were giving Dex the ability to make birch slab over here, so we can check and see if he's finished making it, and then we can go to the other warehouse for the other pieces. And let's come to here. What we could do, if we wanted to, we could ask for it, but I don't really want to do it that way. I don't want to use my ambassador influence. I really want to see how far he's gotten. So he has birch plank, and let's come here and let's do this, and let's see if he knows how to make birch slab. He does know how to make birch slab, and as a matter of fact, he can make it with only 2 pieces instead of 3 pieces for birch slab. Two planks instead of 3. So that is pretty cool. So I think that it's been picked up already, the slab that he was going to get, and is probably in the warehouse. So we'll go back, and the books, we'll come to here for a second. I know I do that. One of the reasons that I do that is that the screen moves like something else has been added, and that's usually what catches me. And I think there's something new. Economizing, yeah, we are. She's out of food. She is out of food. Let me put this here. And let me see how many of these she has. Yep, see that? Even her teas are gone. Her rice is gone. She has some grilled chicken left. And she's supposed to be getting sushi and all sorts of things. And she's not. So we'll have to figure out what's going on there. Why that's not happening. Want to see why we have to figure it out? Because salmon. We have 70 salmon. Let's look at kelp. We've got 7 blocks of dried kelp. We shouldn't have any dried kelp blocks. Let's stop the making of dried kelp. And I think that the mechanic is actually making dried kelp. Let's look here. I don't see it here. So they shouldn't be. Where am I getting kelp blocks from? I'm getting kelp blocks from the cookery, maybe? It's interesting. Okay, let's look for yellow. Carpets is all that's here. So we're going to go to the other warehouse. You still wonder what is the limit of enchantment of recipes? I don't understand. Enchantment of recipes? What is the limit of recipes that can be enchanted? Or where are we going to? We're going to the warehouse. What is the limit of enchantments or recipes for enchantments? What's the limit of those? I don't know. Journey is asleep. Let's come here and let's look for yellow concrete. Ready? Sort. Let's start by sorting and then look for yellow. Yellow concrete. Dun 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 dun. And what do we actually need from the yellow concrete? Let's see what it is. Let's hold this up. 41 yellow concrete, 47 stone bricks. Let's come here. Good morning. Who's the fastest? Scarlet! You look so lovely. Hi, Emmy, you do too. How are you guys? Scarlet, Emmy coming in first, And who's this? Sarai! Hi! Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying being couriers. Let's look for yellow concrete again. And the number I just forgot is 41. And 47. Or 50. What's that? 50? 41 and 47. What am I working on? I'm getting Case some of the stuff that he needs for the logistics center. We're going to have a second center for couriers. Yellow concrete, and there it is. And there's only 5. So that's the problem, Houston. And then stone, brick, and we have 17,000 of those, so we're not going to have a problem getting the amount that we want. We don't even have to go upstairs. So we'll get stone brick for this, and let's look again. I'm trying to get the courier and the cookery and the dairy up to level 5 so that they stop being a drag. And so we have concrete, we need 41, which means we need yellow, which is sunflowers. And we can see how much yellow there is. Let's come here and let's see if we have sunflowers. We have a ton. So there's how we're going to get the dye, the concrete, colored. So let's come over here. The dyes have been being shipped out, but they're not there today. Let's come up here and go to the fridges. And sure enough, there they are. Oops, I just saw green. I thought I did. Close those. I must have just seen her name. What happened to it? Are we gonna have one of these where I don't see it? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so we just need 64 for 41 pieces of concrete, and then we just need white concrete in order to dye them. And I forget how that works. I'll have to go and look at it when I get the materials together. Concrete. C-O-N-C-R-E-T-E. We have 105 white, and we only have 5 yellow. So we actually do, why don't we just go ahead and take the 5 yellow so that we have that part. And do I see it anywhere? Let me turn around and look at this area and then go down here. There's red. There's red right here. So we can come here, and sure enough, there is the white concrete that needs to be colored. And we don't need quite that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough for what was wanted. Let me look here and see. 41. That's it. 5 and 6 is 11. So yeah. So now we should be able to come upstairs right here. And where is it? It's on the other end. And come here. And let's put in, let's do yellow. Oh, we can't do it this way. We can't color it, can we? That's wool. Concrete. No, it has to be made from scratch. All that, and it has to be made from scratch. So, yellow. We'd have to make it from sand and gravel ourselves. Okay, so that's good to know. Let's go down and get sand and gravel. Sand, we have a lot. I'm going to look from here and see if I see anyone lighting up. Look over here. Let me close this back. Right here. I don't see anything, do you? Let's go upstairs. And it's bright when it's sunny because we're above the water.
On a
There
special
it is.
delivery.
A special delivery. Cool. She's on a special delivery. So 41, so that should be enough. Let's put the concrete back. And then we need gravel. So we'll go down and ask for gravel. And see where it is. And then we can just go ahead and make it. And there we are. We have 6,000. And is any of it downstairs at all? Not a single bit. I love that wicked laugh. That's actually really cute. I know that's why they kept it. They chose it because it's such a cute wicked laugh. Gravel. 1 piece. What? I needed to actually make sure that I had looked for, assorted the building because of that. Look, it's a waterfall right here. There's no water in between these buildings. Isn't that strange? All right, so see, I have a design, and let's go for concrete. CNCRE TE. And now we've got a ton. So because we have so much, there it is, yellow concrete powder. And we're missing dye. So we need to do this first. So we're going to make this into dye. And there we go. Oh, you do get double. That's right. And now let's make concrete powder. And there is the mixture. Let's do, what do I need? It's 8. 45 is 5/8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll do 6. And then we'll do the sand. See, we only have enough. So it doesn't matter. We only have enough for that. So there we go. And that gives us 48. And the rest of it we can just put back. So now we have that. Earlier today, I was saying that I'm really at the point where I am actually, oh wait, I need this one. I need that. I'm at the point where I could be in survival a lot of the time because logistics are cool. Yeah, I could be in survival a lot of the time because of the fact that I am using their stuff and I am not importing a lot of things. They don't need my help anymore, and so since they don't, I don't need to. But earlier today I wanted to work on the actual bakery, and that brought me back to being a magical being. That brought me back to being a mob, but it was very fun. So I could actually go now, right here, and change into, it's dark. Let's turn on the light. Change into a player. And then I have hearts like a player does. And there we go. And then let me get a pickaxe because I'm going to need it. And I've got these. And we can go. And we'll go back to where Case is. And we'll just have fun doing it the old-fashioned way. So I did enjoy doing the kitchen earlier. And that's what I was doing. With the beginning part, and now here we are. Let's look here, and sure enough, see that? So now we can do that. The birch slab, I guess we can wait for them. They're actually working on it, but the yellow concrete is going to be interesting. We're going to go to Cadence, and we're going to use her concrete mixer to get us what we need. Oh, who's living here? Oh yeah, Marcel and Lena moved in together. That's right. The two dairy farmers. They moved in with each other for a while, so we'll see. They seem to be liking each other's company enough, so that's going to be very interesting. And we'll continue with this. So yeah, that's what it does. It sounds like the art of motorcycle maintenance, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which is an amazing book like that. But Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance is older. I think it's from the 80s. So it sounds like your book is probably closer to being a good guide for right now, for business right now. And yeah, logistics are cool. They are. There's no question that playing Minecraft is definitely about keeping up with logistics, especially now with the food. Oh, Mr. Villager, Mixasa was visiting on the Twitch, which was very fun. Yay! I'm sorry you weren't there, but he's fine. He's playing, and that was good to hear. And so if he's playing, that pretty much means that he's fine. He, like everyone else, everyone's a little... Hold on. But he sounded really good. Yes, he's still he's still alive, which is the reason why I'm telling you that everything's fine with him. He's just been busy. And yeah. But it was actually nice to see him there for a minute or two, and that was really fun. I think the only reason he actually spoke up was because I was trying to do something in the enchanting tower, and I discovered that the enchanting tower actually does not have a player's area for enchanting. The town hall does, but the player's area for enchanting in the enchanting tower is actually just for show. And but it didn't really matter, because there's definitely an enchanting area in the town hall, a legitimate enchanting area in the town hall, and I think that's pretty cool that they put that there. So now we have a bunch of beautiful concrete. So we'll come over here. And it was very nice. Very nice of him to stop in. It is nighttime and everyone is asleep. So everyone all are tucked in. It looks like I'm getting the all are tucked in. I'm gonna have to check after this time and make sure that's true. And so, what happened to our yellow concrete? Oh, it's in the bag. It's in the bag. Let's put it here, and then we can go to here. And there it is. Dun, 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 dun. And just a second. So because of what happened with the stream earlier, where it wasn't recording, I somehow got dropped by YouTube, probably Comcast. Because of that, I've actually been streaming since 3 o'clock. Been on the computer since 3 o'clock. And then I had my 3-hour stream. So this is the first time in a long time that I've done 9 hours of streaming. Usually I just do 6. And my throat's going, are we done? Are we stopping sometime soon? That's what it's doing. But it's okay. We needed some bricks. Did we get them? Yes. Got the bricks. And so now the only thing that's left is the slab, the chiseled, and the warped. And they're supposedly working on those. We would have to go to the big warehouse to see if there's any warped, or we would have to request the warped be brought over here. And let's go back here and look at something for a minute. We requested some materials. Let's see if they were delivered. Let's put this here. Let's come to here. Dun, 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 dun. They were delivered. We actually requested these. And so we're going to put them in here. So let's see if we can request warped. Hold on.
La 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 la.
There is warped plank in the other warehouse. So we're going to get some right now. And what does that's actually warped stairs. So I'm going to go over to Dex and make sure he knows how to work with warped. So we're having fun playing, essentially playing survival. Good morning. Oh, Patrick. Hi, Patrick. That was Patrick, our farmer, who we actually changed what he was growing. Hi, Lee. Lee, what you doing? Were you picking up something? She was actually picking something up. Probably for the submarine, because she's one of the submarine techs. Let's come here and let's have him learn how to do warped. And there it is. So he can learn that. He can't learn stripped. He can learn this. He can learn these, of course. And this is what we need, is this right here. So he might as well learn the slab while we're at it. Fence? I don't know. I'm going to do trapdoors just in case. And fence. Okay. And gate. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. The buttons have to be made by the mechanic. We could do warped sign though. Okay. Yay. So he can now, Dex can now make those things. And this will be good. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, and that means that probably means, see, no one's here. You know what that means? That means that either Steffi doesn't have any food, which is a possibility, or that they're sick. It's not raining. And sure enough, Steffi doesn't have enough food for everybody. And does she have any? She has some, and nobody wants that, do they? They don't want that food, do they? I'm going to try something here. We're going to expand to include what I have on me. Rabbit stew? Nah, I'm not going to do that. Rabbit stew is only done by the druids. The ones who are practicing druids. So I'm not going to worry about doing rabbit stew right now. So we'll put this away. However, what I will do is look and see if there's anything that she actually serves here. She serves kebabs. So let's go to where there are kebabs. And did I do that thing where I didn't look? I didn't sort first? Probably. So these are going to be for her. These are for her. She's not doing polenta. She absolutely is doing kimchi. And what else? Squash? No. No one should be making any squash soup. Those are just leftover. Quiche, I think she is serving. And that's a pretty decent amount as a temporary stopgap. So we'll come here and we'll put these in here. Now let me see something from here just to make sure. She does have kebabs and quiche. She does have kimchi. And yeah, see this thing with the stew trenchers? I'm not sure I understand the limitations on the restaurants, on the cookeries. If there are all the different ones, and so we'll have to figure that out. But there are now people getting some food. Is that Greta? No, that's Arden this time. What's Greta deciding? Yep, I knew she wasn't going to be satisfied. Greta wants sushi, and Arden
It's a fine
wants
afternoon.
kimchi or something like that. That looked like kimchi. So Arden might actually get satisfied. Hold on. So yeah. So we'll do it like that. What's the matter,
It's a fine
Steffi?
afternoon.
Yeah, I know you do. And you have teas, and you have tons of bowls that need to go back to the warehouse. I'm just going to take them right now and put them in here with this stuff when that's all picked up. You like her hat? It is, isn't it? It's adorable. The cooks, the owners of the restaurants, are wearing those little hats. Yeah, it does. It's definitely meant to be a straw hat of some sort, some kind of straw. But yeah, it's actually sweet. It is. She's got a little apron too. And yeah, that's nice. See in the back, what it looks like in the back, it's obviously an apron. It's tied around her neck and at her waist. And there she goes. She's going to serve Tristan something to eat. Now, Steffi is living with Patrick. Steffi and Patrick are living together. Patrick's one of the farmers. And Tristan is the glass cutter in this area. So he's actually the third glass cutter. Who's talking? That's Dylan talking to Cadence. Cadence has a tea in her hand, believe it or not. Look at that. You're actually drinking tea? That's amazing. And let's see what she's got. So she, look at there. She was making yellow concrete. She absolutely was. And she just didn't fire it or wet it or whatever so that it's able to be used. These little aprons look like the millionaire Byzantine smelters and masons, but these look even better. Ah, for her good fashion sense. Oh, she'll be appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Cadence actually drinking tea at work. That's pretty cool. We could go into... By the way, did you see this, Mr. Villager? Did you see the loader? Dun 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 dun. So this is a loader that is a part of the level 5. Oh, he's still... Look at this. That piece belongs to the new... we're going to have another submarine sitting there. And that is part of the new submarine, actually. And right here, this is Mubian's platforms for the logistics. So for the couriers. So this is one of the courier pieces to have this this right here. I wanted to make it so that you could actually sit in it. But when I tried to do that, yeah, see, I can kind of do it. But then I'm not in it. So, yeah. So, oops. Now I'm trapped. So I have to open that in order to get out. So I was in the chair. Based on the prawn armor in Subnautica. Now that's an interesting reference. I didn't even think of that one. But I wonder if both of them are based off of the loader in Aliens that Sigourney Weaver uses on the ship, where she says, I feel like a fifth wheel around here. Is there anything I can do? And the sergeant and Hicks are standing there. And the sergeant says to her, I don't know, is there anything you can do? And so she smiles because, of course, she's a woman and she's talking to military, and she says, I can run that loader. And so they look at the loader and they look at her, and he says, be my guest. And she gets in, and of course she can. She has a class, I think she says a class 4 clearance or something like that. It's one of my favorite parts in the movie Aliens, and I love it. And yeah, but she can run the loader, and it's a smoking gun piece in the movie. It's actually the smoking gun in the movie, or the gun on the mantle. I forget which one they call it. It's the gun on the mantelpiece in the movie. But yes, so seeing that here is just so nice. And he did a good job of making the tractor part look like that. That's pretty cool. I like it. And so then we put these divers pieces. Can't I shift? Yeah, I did shift. So when I come here, I can open these two doors, and then I can come up in here like this. And then if I turn around, I can do that one and that one. And believe it or not, I'm actually sitting. I think if I did it, I wonder what it looks like. Help! 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 Help me! Help me! Okay, yes, so that's what it looks like. Hold on. But yes, I can't get out. I can't get out unless I open these. So it is actually holding me in place right here, which is pretty cool. I love it that actually works. I'm looking at this. I could have sworn that this opened, but that is not an opening there. And see that right there? So we can't go in that way. And we should be able to go in this way, and we can't go in that way. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it anymore. Maybe it never was, and I made it open. That's possible. That it didn't open before, and I just made that other one open up. But yeah, but I love the loader. And when I realized, wait a minute, why am I not building the loader? This was originally going to be 2 scrubs sitting here. And it's like, I don't need 2 scrubs. I need the loader for this warehouse right here. And then this scrub to be sitting here. And then, for instance, see this flat part right here? We can have like the yellow submarine pull up here. And as a matter of fact, in my stuff, and let me get, hold on for a second. Let's come to here. Do I have a builder's tool? Did I give it away? I did. I think I gave my builder's tool away. Let me go in and let's make a builder's tool. Hold on for a second. We're gonna come out. We can make one so easily. Hold on. So let's look and see what it takes for them. Oops, sorry about that. Let's come here. Let's come here. Let's look at builder. And there we go. And there we are. So I just need sticks and cobble. And so let's look here and let's find sticks. And there we have 19 somewhere over here. Here we are. And I need cobble. How many do I need? I didn't see if it needed 1 or 2. Let's do cobble. There should be cobble here now. There is. So we can do cobble. There's all over the place. So I just need 1, don't I? I think so. And then I can go back here into the logistics center. Look, the floor is in. Cool. Nice. Okay. And we can go here. And we can go here. And sure enough, I did need 2. And now I've got a builder's tool again. And I'm going to go out. They're all lit up still. And we're going to go out here. Now, if I didn't have mermod, if I wasn't a mermaid, I'd have to put on this diving suit so that I would have the helmet. And that helmet actually has respiration on it, which is why it is glowing. It is enchanted with respiration. So let's come out here, and right here on this platform here, let's go to Monster to Mermaid. 2. There it is. And let's come to scans. Let's come to in decorations. We have a taxi balloon and a platform. I'm not looking for those. Let's see if I can find it someplace else. Infrastructure. No. Let's go to here. No, that's not it either. I wonder if it's a part of this set of infrastructure. Let me see. Roads and corners. Okay. Infrastructure here. This is also roads. Let's look at this. Fundamentals and scans. And that's still infrastructure. That's a restaurant. And that's not the one. Is it missing? Let's look here. Oh, maybe it's here. This has all this other stuff. There it is. The sub tug and the barge. And so let me move out of the way. We can have another sub tug be here. See this one right here? We can have it turned around. And hold on. Sorry?
You should call them tug marines.
Tug marines. Yes, a tug marine. Hold on, let's turn it this way. And let's back it up. We can have it this close, I think. Yeah, we can have it to right about here. I don't want to cut off anything. And it would be sitting here like this. And this would be a perfect example of the subs being here. This was one of the first things that I actually pulled out to scan and to be able to make. And this is from Mubian. It is not. This is from Mixasa and Matlon's underwater base warehouse. Has this submarine sitting in front in the warehouse area, and we separated the submarine and its cargo from the warehouse in order to be able to have one of these. Now we already have one of these in another location. Should I have it down lower? And if I do, I think it's going to remove the ground right there. Oh, I'm in the other submarine now. See, there's the other building, and there's the little submarine that's going to be there. And this is one of the bigger ones. So we have scrubs in 2 different colors. We have yellow scrubs, there's one, and then we have the blue scrubs, and then we have the drones, and then we have the midships. We have 2 different sizes of these larger yellow ships, and they can be right here like this. Let's bring this down so that it's closer to the ground, like right here. And I don't want it to take away the platform, but it actually is going to. If I put this in, and I'm definitely putting it in right now. And so I'm looking, and this is how, because of how so this is interesting. I'm cutting myself off for a minute. You might notice that Hallie just got finished and she's working with stone. There's something going on with concrete, and I'm not going to worry about it because their brand new style that they're making is going to have a lot of concrete involved. And so when it does, all that concrete, anything that's going on with concrete, the problem that I'm having, will be discovered at that particular point. So I'm not really worried about it. Except I remember now. Shoot, Mr. Villager. I'm going to have Vincentius verify. So there are a couple of mods that are conflicts with Structurize. And it makes it so that Structurize doesn't work. I'm going to have to check and see if we're not getting any Structurize stuff. If we're not, it might be the continuity piece mod that we found that seemed to not be affecting. I'm going to build this. That seemed to not be affecting what was going on, but that actually is affecting it in some kind of way. Shoot, that just went away. Let's go back and do that again. And maybe... I had not actually thought of that. But I am beginning to think that maybe there is interference. That's what the interference is like that they're talking about. When they're saying that it interferes with Structurize, that the fact that the concrete mixers aren't mixing, maybe that's it. Maybe there is some actual conflict with something. I hadn't thought of that. Like I said, I can tell really good stories about why things don't work. That doesn't necessarily mean that the story is correct. And in this instance, that is beginning to look like an actuality. That I can't get any closer than that. I can get down one more and bring it down like this. So the loader's right there, taking things off, and it's sitting right here. So when I went to do this, something happened here. So we're going to try it again. So we're here, and we're getting that, which is saying that, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that I'm actually using magic in order to make things, that I'm able to make things because I'm a mob, because I'm an actual mermaid. And I can't do that in survival. I can't do that as a player. Isn't that sad? Poor players. Oh my goodness, that's such a shame. I am so spoiled. I really am. That's me right now. You see me standing on, actually, can you call that standing? On top of the scrub, looking at the area where I wanted to put that other submarine, and I'm going to have to turn back into a mermaid in order to do it. And yes, I look like a mermaid underwater, but I don't have any of my powers except to not drown. But I don't have my siren song, and siren song is the magic of the mermaids. And so, yeah, that's the second time that I've been surprised by that knowledge that, wow, I don't have it. And on that note, and on the note that I'm going to maybe try and see if if the one that I have that's making, see the beautiful texture on the ice. The thing that's making that texture on the ice, the thing that's making the floors, the wooden floors not have those block lines in them, that is a mod that might be interfering with Structure Eyes. So I'm going to take it out and see if I then have my concrete mixers working again. And if so, I'm going to be very sad. Because I love that. I love the fact that Chroma Hills looks the way it does. So everybody who's watching, thank you very much. Mr. Villager, I have to read it because I don't think that I can. Do I remember it? Obrigado. Esta na chat. Estar na chat. I think I'm supposed to be saying that. I don't know whether I said it right or not. And I'm not looking at it. I'm hoping that I remembered it properly. And Vincentius, thank you for being in chat also. Everyone who's watching later, thank you for watching. Those of you who are watching now, thank you for watching. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. We're listening to Drone Hands music. We're going to listen to Vincentius Primus right now. So here we go. Bye for now, everyone. I think Mr. Villager is going to be sad when he comes back and sees I'm not here. But bye for now.